So I'm going to make a video transaction analysis. So up on the top, assets equal liabilities plus owner's equity right here. Accounts, a cash, accounts receivable, even though accounts receivable is spelled incorrect. Let's see, able. Supplies, accounts payable here, common stock, dividend minus dividends, or I think it's called withdrawals as well. Withdraw, and that's capital, by the way. We'll put in here, well, we can say capital, or common stock is the same. So fees earned, any revenue, this is revenue, then your expenses, auto, whatever these are. So let's look at an example. I'm going to use this, it's called mastery problem. It might be different for this book or the problem, but I found this one. So this business, we do windows is the name of it. So it says Lisa invested cash by making a deposit in a bank account for $8,000. So here's what this will look like, $8,000. So she invested $8,000 cash. So I'm gonna put 8,000 in here for cash. Over here, this goes into our stock of 8,000. Or I guess we could call this owner equity. We'll call it equity, I like that better. Equity. Okay, so that's equity, and that's withdrawals still. So notice I put $8,000. These two down here always have to balance. These always have to balance. So to see if we did it right, I'm gonna highlight it so we know that it balances, and I won't use red, we'll use blue because red shows negative. Yeah, that'll work. Just keep that in mind. So that was the first transaction, okay? B, it says prepaid rent for July for $150. So prepaid rent for $150, so $150 here. Now, we prepaid it, we didn't expense it, so I'm gonna have to put a column in here. I'm gonna insert here, and I'm gonna put prepaid rent. Okay, so I'm gonna put $150 on this side. Okay, so I forgot to put in here a minus because we took it out, so $150. So $150 prepaid rents. Now I forgot to add this to this as well. So I got it. I guess summed this whole column right here. So every one of these, if I add a new one, I have to, and all I put was S equals SUM comma this row, these group of cells, and then up here I put a sum and added them this way as well. So then notice 8,000, 8,000. Okay. Now let's take a look at our next transaction. It says purchase a used van for cash for $5,000. So in here, I'm gonna get rid of supplies and I'm gonna say van. Okay, so it said $5,000. So I'm gonna minus $5,000 here in our cash account. Now I'm gonna put $5,000 because a van is an asset. So notice it's still equity, we still own it. If we sold it, we can still sell it for $5,000. So down here, we still have $8,000. So we are in balance. These always have to balance. Next transaction says, purchase tools on account from Clean Tools. Purchase tools on account. So we purchased tools, and what was the value? Let me double check. For $600. So 600, so that's gonna be a minus here. Minus 600. Now I need to add another column right here. Insert. The reason why I have to do that is because this is called tools. Okay, so now I'm going to put 600 in here. Okay, now again, if you've taken Excel, you'll know how to do this. If not, I'm going to click it down on the bottom right and bring it to the right so it gets brought down. Notice how the total came down right there. So I summed that up. Now 8,000, 8,000. Oh, put it in the wrong category. I need to put it. So whenever you do it in this format, make sure they line up so you can tell that it is lining up there. So 6,000 minus 6,000. Now, next transaction, let's see, it says purchase cleaning supplies at a cost of $300, pay $200 cash, and we'll pay the balance next month. So $300 worth of supplies. $200 cash and $100 next month, so that's going to be a payable. So in here, how much cash did we use? It says, let's see, don't worry about that. My computer's hooked up. So paid cash of $200, and then we're going to do a payable for $100. Okay, so we have to put a payable. Notice this is under the payable column. Now, I need to put another column. All I did was click on the top here and hit insert, and this one is called, let's double check, it's called supplies. SUPP supplies. Okay. Now, our supplies total 300. So if we're correct, the bottom here will show exact value. Let's double check. 8200, 8100. Notice how if it's not a balance, and I already see my problem that I have right now. I didn't bring this over, so there's my sum. 8500 does not equal 8100. And the reason why is because we paid $200 in cash. I need to put a negative in front of it. Okay, so negative. Now notice this 300 minus 200 is 100, so our 100 is right there. So now our equation balance is right here. Okay, next transaction. Paid part-time assistant wages for first half of month for $100. I don't think we keep anybody for $100, but that's just a scenario. So we paid $100, so minus $100 from cash. So over here, and it said wages, so I'm going to change this to wages instead of salary. I kind of put this template together for another example. So minus 100 here, and look at that. We still balance right there, 8,000. And expenses are negative, so I put negative on it, okay? Good, so next transaction is paid advertising for $75. Anytime you pay it, if it doesn't say you paid on account, then you have to say $75. So $75 there. Let's see, so I'm gonna change this away from supplies expense. I'm gonna say, what was it? Advertising, advert expense. So now I'm gonna hit minus 75 there. Okay, we're doing good. All right, say paid 2-year premium for liability insurance on van. So you paid premium, so this is prepaid. So for $480, and we paid cash again, so minus $480. Now I need to create some more columns in here. So insert, this will be prepaid insurance. I'll just put INS for insurance. So now this will be $480 here. Now it's not going to balance yet because I need to copy this over. So all I did was copy that sum over into column C. So now 7,925, 7,925. Keep in mind these always have to balance and equal each other. So I'm going to add some more rows here because I need more rows. Insert, insert. And just so you know, I'm really good at Excel. I have some of you, if you get into accounting, you'll probably minor in information management, information systems. So you got to be really good with computers if you want to get into accounting. Okay, next one, receive cash from clients for services performed, $800. So we received cash, so we'll put $800 in there. Now, $800 goes into our cash account, so we have to go, let's see, it's not called fees earned, it's called services performed. So we'll say service, and I'm going to change this to revenue. Okay, because in this example it says revenue. So let me go over to row. So we'll get $800. Boom. Now look at this, 8725, 8725. I want to change that color. Let's change it to yellow because I want it to highlight that we are in balance because everything it does has to balance. Okay, next one. And I know I'm going fast, but I want to get as much of this done on and recorded for you. See, let's see, perform cleaning service for client, $500. So $500 cash, we're good there. Now I'm going to add another column here as well because I have service revenue and I'm also going to have cleaning revenue. I'm just abbreviating it, clean rev, okay? Not reve. Please, clean rev. So down here, I'm going to put $500. Now, I did add some new stuff here, so what I'm going to need to do is bring this over, $500. Hang on, let me undo that. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. Actually, where's undo? Undo here. What, undo it? Nope. Now, notice 9225 does not balance with 8725. So I needed to bring this over. Bottom right there. 500, 9225, 9225. We're in balance, so we're good. Now, these are both revenue columns. So keep in mind, service revenue and cleaning revenue. All right, next one says paid phone bill for $40. So in here, phone bill, is it $40? Let me just double check. Yes, $40. Always double check. $40 here. So now over here, I'm gonna get rid of auto expenses and I'm gonna say, what is this? Phone bill. I'm gonna put phone expense. Okay, phone expense. And just so you know, if you have your own business, you can write off your phone bill. If you have AT&T, just put phone bill in your book. So $40, and that's gonna be a negative, negative $40, okay? Oh, guess what? I forgot to put negative over here. I paid it, so that's gonna be minus 40. Okay, good, we're still in balance. 9185, 9185, we're good to go. Next, let's see, receive cash from client for window cleaning performed on account and transaction on account. Okay, don't worry about account and transaction. Client paid cash. We received cash from client for window cleaning performed. Okay, where did we perform? Okay, prepaid rent. Okay, so let me double check this. Okay, let me see. Perform cleaning service for client on account. Oh, whoa, hang on one second. On account, I got to go back and make an adjustment because this should, if it says on account, that means receivable. That means, okay, this account right here, cleaning revenue. We did the service, but this went to an account. So this needs to, oh, actually, you know what? That is correct. However, I thought we collected the cash, so back that up, and this will go into accounts receivable right here. Notice, even though we did that, it's still balanced. I had to go back and double check, and trust me, this will happen a lot. Whenever it said right here, perform cleaning services for an account, that's that receivable. So now we did collect the cash for $200. They paid us. Now we have to minus it from over here. Notice we minus it but put it over there. So now that receivable has a $300 balance. So for whenever you get further on into accounting, you'll have account receivable for all of the number of the clients that you have, and you'll give you a balances. All right, I might need some more rows, so insert, just like that. Okay, now moving on. Phone bill paid part-time for second half of the month again. So minus 150, wages again. So over here in our wages column, minus 150. Okay, so now we owe 250 for the month. This is just accumulating. All right, we're almost done. Made partial payment on tool purchase in transaction D for $200. So hang on, what did it say? Partial payment for tools purchased. So we paid it. So minus $200 over here. Where's our payable? Hang on. Okay. 200. Hang on, let me see. Was there something wrong with that right there? Okay, it says made partial payment on tools purchased. Okay, I think we might have made another mistake in D. D, purchase tools on account. Oh, wow. We must have skipped purchase tool on account from clean tools. So guess what? We skipped a journal entry. Woo. So don't worry though, because this happens. So right after this, oh, there it is. We didn't pay it. This needs to go over here in $600. Notice how I want this. This is how accounting is. There's always adjustments. Tools for 600, account payable. So then down here, I'm gonna go minus 200. Okay. So now 94.35, 94.35. We're still in balance. All I did was move. I had put here that we had paid it, but I read it again and it shows that it was on an account. Okay, so just be careful. All right, let's see. $200 earned additional amount to $800 in cash. $600. Okay, earned additional revenues amounting to $600. $600 in cash and $200 on account. So total revenue is going to be $800. So let's go back over here to what type of revenue? Additional revenue. We'll just put it right here under. Let's let's see, service revenue. We'll do, okay, let me add 2 more of these, just one sec. Insert, so $800. Now, what did it say? 600 in cash and 200 on account. So 600 in cash and our account receivable 200. Okay, I would separate these, but I'll just keep them just for purposes like this. I don't want to give you too many account receivable for people's names. So we're still in balance, 10,235. And let's see the next account. All right, says Wozniak withdrew end of month for personal expense of $100. So right here, minus 100 because we took cash. He took cash out of the business. Now withdrawals right here, minus 100. Okay. Now, good. Look at the bottom here. We still have $10,035 and $10,035. Let me put dollar amounts on here. I'll just hit the dollar button like so. Okay, there's no pennies or cents, so we'll take those off. 1,035, we're all set. So that's how we do the transaction. So for this example, we are good to go, okay? Now, 1035, that's our assets equals 1035 and our liabilities and owner's equity equals 1035. Okay, so I'll stop there. Next video, I'll do a income statement, and then that rolls out into owner's equity, and then that will roll out into the balance sheet. And I'll do those one step at a time, one video at a time. All right, thank you. Hope this helps.